Section 29 of Poems of American History, the Colonial Era. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Chris Pyle. Poems of American History, the Colonial Era, Chapter 7, King Philip's War and the Witchcraft Delusion, Part 4. A special jury, instituted to try the suspects, went to work without delay. On June 2nd, 1692, Bridget Bishop was tried and condemned and was hanged a week later. On June 30th, the court sentenced 5 persons to death, and all of them were executed soon afterwards. Among those condemned was Rebecca Nurse, 71 years of age, universally beloved and of excellent character. The jury was with great difficulty persuaded to convict her. The governor granted a reprieve, but Paris, who had an ancient grudge against her, finally got it repealed, and on July 19th, 1692, she was carted to the summit of Gallows Hill and hanged. The Death of Goody Nurse, July 19th, 1692. The chill New England sunshine lay on the kitchen floor. The wild New England north wind came rattling at the door. And by the wide old fireplace, deep in her cushioned chair, lay back an ancient woman with shining snow-white hair. The peace of God was on her face, her eyes were sweet and calm, and when you heard her earnest voice it sounded like a psalm. In all the land they loved her well, from country and from town, came many a heart for counsel, and many a soul cast down. Her hands had fed the hungry poor with blessing and with bread. Her face was like a comforting, from out of the gospel read. So weak and silent as she lay, her warm hands clasped in prayer, a sudden knocking at the door came on her unaware. And as she turned her hoary head, beside her chair there stood 4 grim and grisly Puritans, no visitants for good. They came upon her like a host, and bade her speak and tell why she had sworn a wicked oath to serve the powers of hell, to work the works of darkness on children of the light, a which they might not suffer here, who read the word aright. Like one who sees her fireside yawn a pit of black despair, or one who wakes from quiet dreams within a lion's lair. She glared at them with starting eyes, her voice essayed no sound. She gasped like any hunted deer the eager dogs surround. Answer us, hoarse and loud they cry. She looked from side to side. No human help, O gracious God, in agony she cried. Then calling back her feeble life, the white lips uttered slow, I am as pure as babe unborn, from this foul thing ye know. If God doth visit me for sin, beneath his rod I bend. But pitiless and wroth were they, and bent upon their end. They tortured her with taunt and jeer, they vexed her night and day. No husband's arm nor sister's tears availed their rage to stay. Before the church they haled her then, the minister arose, and poured upon her patient head the worst of all its woes. He bade her be accursed of God forever here and there. He cursed her with a heavy curse no mortal man may bear. She stood among the cowering crowd, as calm as saints in heaven, her eyes as sweet as summer skies, her face like summer's even. The devils wrought their wicked will on matron and on maid. Thou hast bewitched us, cried they all, but not a word she said. They fastened chains about her feet, and carried her away. For many days in Salem jail, alone and ill she lay. She heard the scythe along the field ring through the fragrant air. She smelt the wild rose on the wind that bloweth everywhere. Reviled and hated and bereft, the soul had plenteous rest, though sorrow like a frantic flood beat sore upon her breast. At last the prison doors stood wide. They led the saint abroad. By many an old familiar place her trembling footsteps trod, till faint with weakness and distress she climbed a hillside bleak, and faced the gallows built thereon still undisturbed and meek. They hanged this weary woman there like any felon stout. Her white hairs on the cruel rope were scattered all about. The body swung upon the tree in every flitting wind, reviled and mocked by passengers and folk of evil mind. A woman old and innocent, to die a death of shame, with kindred, neighbors, friends thereby, and none to utter blame. O God, that such a thing should be on earth which thou hast made! A voice from heaven answered me, Father, forgive, he said. Rose Terry Cook. At the August session, 6 persons were tried and of course condemned. among them Elizabeth and John Proctor. The former had been arrested April 11th, and when her husband came to her defense, he was also arrested. They were tried together August 5th, and both were convicted and sentenced to be hanged. Proctor was executed August 19th. His wife escaped by pleading pregnancy. Some months later, she gave birth to a child, and her execution was again ordered early in 1693. But Governor Phipps granted a reprieve, and she ultimately escaped. A Salem Witch, August 19th, 1692. The wind blows east, the wind blows west, it blows upon the gallows tree. O little babe beneath my breast, he died for thee, he died for me. The judges came, the children came, some mother's heart o'er each had yearned. They set their black lies on my name. A God accursed witch who learned each night, they said, the devil's art, through Salem wood by devils drawn. I, whose heart beat against his heart, from dark till dawn, from dark till dawn. He faced them in his fearless scorn, the sun was on him as he stood. No purer is her babe unborn, I prove her sinless with my blood. They spared the babe beneath my breast, they bound his hands, they set me free. Hush, hush, my babe, hush, hush, and rest. He died for thee, he died for me. They dragged him, bound, to Gallows Hill. I saw the flowers among the grass. The women came, I hear them still. They held their babes to see him pass. God curse them, nay, O God forgive. He said it while their lips reviled. He kissed my lips, he whispered, live. The Father loves thee and the child. Then earth and sky grew black, I fell. I lay as stone beside their stone. They did their work, they earned their hell. I woke on Gallows Hill alone. O Christ who suffered, Christ who blessed, shield him upon the gallows tree. O babe, his babe, beneath my breast, he died for thee, he died for me. Edna Proctor Clark. End of section 29.